Hello kittens, this is Mrs. Smith, and I'm here to break down some of the licks and tricks of the Bob Ross technique. What's most important about this song, look, you can replicate these licks if you want, download the backing tracks, you can play along, come up with your own, use these as a framework, break the framework, smash it apart, play the song backwards, I don't care. Be creative, but this is what I tend to do when I play this song. I rarely play this song the same way twice, especially the solo break, which is an absolute encounter with a berserk. So, the opening motif of the song is built around this chord progression, which is quite simple. It's this thing right here, right? And then you add this thing right here. So that's 2, 2, and 4, and you get... And then you just move it up. And then move it up 2. And then move it down 1. And then move it up 3, and then 3 again. That's almost the entire song. And there's a lesson in there, which is that if you like a chord, this is one of my favorite chords, just move it around. And then you have a song. So the opening motif on the lead guitar is a two-handed tapping cacophony. And I use a wah-wah pedal with it, of course. As the #1 abuser of the wah-wah pedal, and I'm talking to you, Kirk Hammett. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to break that out for you. There's basically one pattern, and then there's another one that then moves around. So it goes like this. What you're going to do is get this little machine going. It's a circle. So these are going like this. I gotta go off and play other things. It goes like this. So what I'd say is just get it going with the picking. And then it's like take off the training wheels. And this is just going here. And then we're gonna go up 1 fret to this pattern. And that's... And then go up just 2. Same pattern. And then you're going to do a little tippy tap, a double tippy tap. If you don't know this, you should know it. I love it. Tapping and doing the same note. You gotta sneak him in there. See him? You gotta sneak him in there. Now a note on technique. Don't just go like this. That's a big mistake I see people making. They're like, why don't I sound like Edward Van Halen? Because it's a tap, and then you flick it off to get this note, okay? But you must be so discreet in these movements. You must be so discreet in these movements, lest you knock the other strings and cause a cacophony of string noise. Because with the amplifiers turned up, even with the crowd cheering, they'll hear the noise. So you're gonna go like this. So it's So this stays here, and this pattern just moves down. Then we go down 1 more, the same pattern. And then we're back at home base. Right? So it's... Again, the idea is escalating insanity. Now we break into the Bob Ross. He has entered the song in order to assuage this terror of existence. And he comes in with these lovely little chords, my favorite chords. again, find a chord you like. I like this. It's this, and this, and this. And then the open strings. And just move it. You don't have to change it. Just move it. And then it moves down. And then it changes. Oh, we're back at that chord. That's the chord from the beginning of the song. And then we're back to the original theme. And then things evolve. And then they change it. We don't sing. But before we get there, Bob Ross. So those pretty chords are playing underneath. And then you play this lovely melody. And switch it to your neck. Pick up a softer sound, please. It's very simple. If you have a whammy bar, go down with it. So that's what I do with that as I go. And then I'm going to pick it up here. Those notes, and then this is a series of squares that are stacked on top of each other, like that game that they used to play Tetris. Okay, so you got square one, okay, then move it. It's just a bunch of squares. That's sort of tricky. It can go out of tune really easily. So you're going to have to. So all together, that's. And that melody is just. I've got a nightclub act now. It's a guitar shredder nightclub act. Again, yes, it is a nightclub act. Attitude. You've got to have attitude with these melodies. And these little flourishes. My advice, what I had to do, because these chords, and they change so much that you really can't just choose a box. You can't just pick like a pentatonic box and just go for it. You've got to. So what I did was I looped this and I would sing over it, because I couldn't come up. As soon as I started to play a box, a pre-rehearsed box, it would be out of tune. So sing over it. Try singing over these chords. Loop the backing track. Come up with your own melody. And if you sing it, it will come from a different place. Okay? This is sort of advanced. So I call this the arpeggio of compassion. Okay, so I don't know. That's a lot of notes to break down. I don't know, and I think the film crew's hungry. I know that the Thai food's on its way. I don't know how much longer. Okay, so this is an arpeggio. I had to call my dear friend. He's a professor of music, Professor Possible. His actual name is Professor Possible. He's a professor of archaeological musicology, also Egyptology, so there's a lot of stuff about cats, and he was very helpful with the Carlisle-Lydian scale, among other things. And a lot of times I'll send him these little bits, and I'll say, what would it be called in the world of normal music? And so he told me that this is I wrote it down. It's an arpeggio. I don't know, I've got to go to my notepad. Professor Possible. Okay. It's a major 7 arpeggio. Okay. So I didn't know that. All I knew was this. if that's not in the song, but it could be. Okay, you see that shape? You see why I call it the compassionate kindness arpeggio? So now I'm here. Where can I go? Slide up. Then pull off. Then go down in a different shape. And then you got a little, a little hip check there. Hey, baby. I like you. Now I'm going to hit you. All right, so good luck with that. But it's basically two arpeggios strung together, just different shapes, I guess. There's that one, and then there's this one. So like this. This is my favorite part of the song. That's where the change happens. We're evolving, we're building. So this part of the song is tricky because everything is shifting, right? It's going. Then you do a bend up. If you have this thing, this is a thing. Ibanez put on it, and it can make the guitar. I mean, it's wonderful because it can do like do all that stuff. You know, show the record. What's that?
Start that part over.
Okay, this is a thing that Ibanez puts on their guitars. It's wonderful because you can make kitty sounds with it. You can make like robots out of control, things like that. You got to be careful because it can also, with bending notes, go really sour. So if you do, you have to go. You hear us out of tune because this is pulling on the thing. This is the most exquisite part of the song in terms of saying intonation. Oh Lord, intonation. Help us, Lord of intonation. Goddess of intonation. Goddess of intonation. Goddess of intonation. Goddess of intonation. Help us. Goddess of intonation. Help us. Or the audience will run out screaming with their ears bleeding. Watch! And that's boo. And it goes just down that little tiny amount. Because of how the song changes, and I don't know what happened musically. Professor Possible hasn't responded to that email.